Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here, welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI! Thank you so much for joining me here on stream. Hey everyone, good to see you. Kieran, congratulations on being first. Eisai, good to see you. Hakaze, CB, thank you so much for joining us here on stream. Val, good to see you. Ditsunil, Willful, thank you so much guys, good to see you, good to see you. So in the last stream, we inherited the power of Ramuh, and there was a little bit of a time skip. And now we are back at the home, although we've moved locations now and everyone is calling me Sid. Oh, thank you so much for the stretch, Kieran. I really appreciate it. A good way to start the stream. So, I'm excited to keep going. Battle system's fun, obviously. Now that we have more icons, it's more fun because you have more like ability slots, which is kind of cool. I'm getting more used to seeing all the attacks to dodge in time, which is kind of nice. Let's see what the game has in store for us today.
Welcome back, Sid. Finish with that log, so
Sid!
Staying long this time?
Hey, it's Felix. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by.
All operations are suspended until...
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
Finally, someone calling me Clive.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
It's kind of cruel to say
If anyone needs me, I'll be in
that
the
Gav's
macro.
keeping an eye on it.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Hey Nectar, you're fine. You're wondering what this new board is behind me, aren't you? All in good time, my furless friend, all in good time. Hey Ash, welcome to the stream today, good to see you.
I trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed
Wait,
to
are you
luck
Sid's
alone.
daughter?
One might say the same of you. Vivian Ninetails.
Vivian
I'll have
Ninetails.
you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life.
Sounds like a
And that
VTuber
was
name.
especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the Crystalline Dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, The Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dhalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
Oh, there's more countries than I thought. I thought there were only like 3.
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
When we turned over here earlier and her back was turned, I thought this was Karen, but with different clothes. Also, I understand that history lesson was more for me, the player. I find it hard to believe that Clive actually needs to hear all that, because it's been 5 years since it happened. You'd think he'd be more apprised as the leader of this group, but, you know, it was more for me. I understand that. I'm just saying. So it looks like all our important NPCs survived. I mean, all the ones that have, like, regular quests involved with them. I bet Kara and the blacksmith are probably still around too.
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now.
Moogles have
We
pockets?
all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
No such thing. I mean, I know not everyone can
Well,
talk to them, but
Yet they laugh far too little for one.
does that mean not everyone can see them either?
The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day.
Have fun at your sister's,
We'll
Kieran.
be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Hope you have a good trip.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive?
Ask about Tet and Crow, ask about 5 years, ask about Hideaway. Sure, let's...
I still remember.
Oh, you're not gonna voice act the rest of this, okay. I still remember the day I first met Tet and Crow, chasing their father about the Hideaway one moment, clinging to their mother's kirtle the next. The twins' love for their parents was something to behold, so fierce and pure. When they passed, I feared the void they left in the children's lives would never be filled. Neither spoke nor smiled for years, hiding themselves away here in the shelves to bury their sorrows in the leaves of these tomes.
And thank goodness they did.
For I believe the stories proved a welcome distraction, as over time their pain faded. Now they laugh and frolic as they once did, if not with more vigor. They remind us no matter how deep our wounds, we all have the capacity to heal, and that happiness lost may be found again.
It has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us on that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us not only of our home and our loved ones, but that of which Sid fought fiercest to preserve, our hope. Hope that we might never have found again had you not taken his name and become our light in the darkness.
Had you not led us here?
To Benamir and the Invincible, where among the ghosts of the fallen our journey can continue. Here in the belly of a Leviathan, untouched by the passing of 1,000 years, does our hope burn brighter than ever, and here may it burn for 1,000 more.
Look around you.
While it is a far cry from the Imperial Library in Oriflamme, in 5 short years we have amassed more volumes than most men or women might hope to see in their lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privileged. We have liberated them that they might fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge. Still, there is much more out there, for as long as I draw breath, I shall continue to gather what I can.
Why?
One day, a chronicle of your own adventures might even grace these shelves, or failing that, the floor. Yeah, for those joining us at the end of the last stream, Sid bit the bullet.
I have a few new notes that might interest you. What subject shall we consider today?
Let's read about Typhon. Seemingly drawn to the destruction of the heart of Drake's head, Ultima emerged from a tear in reality wearing the skin of Typhon, a withered and wizened colossus, and drew Clive into a space between worlds wherein the ethereal entity might test his worth as a vessel. Oh, so Ultima was Typhon, okay. I thought he was like a servant of Ultima. Are these really all the different types of enemies in the game? Other than like the human enemies? It doesn't seem like there's that much. I mean, obviously with a fight like with a game with like an action battle system like this, you can't... It's hard to make too many enemies. The brightly shining convolution of shards that sits at the corner of each mother crystal. When a heart shatters, so too does the mountain around it. Since time immemorial, sanctuaries have been built around the hearts for the worship and protection of these irreplaceable treasures. Let's read about this, actually. Akashic. The irreversible change brought about by a living being's overexposure to ether. Creatures are stripped of any intelligence or sense of self they may once have had and become suffused with life force, usually manifesting an extreme strength and aggression. Flora can also turn, resulting in their twisted overgrowth. Those with ethereal tolerance, however, such as dominance and bears, are less likely to turn Akashic. Vessel, a name that the being known as Ultima gives to Clive. It appears to be synonymous with Mythos. Mythos, the name by which Ultima addresses Clive. It appears to be his title for the vessel for limitless power. That he means to make of the young Lord Marcus, but to what end he requires such a thing only Ultima knows. There's Vivian. A scholar and strategist who makes her home in the hideaway, analyzing every shred of information that comes in from the wider world in order to divine the dispositions of the realm's armies and those who lead them. She offers her insight to Clive that he might better understand the lay of the land. The moniker Ninetales, of which she herself is fond, was gifted her by fellow scholars in recognition of her ability to speak at length on almost any subject. Oh, there's an entry on Multima. An otherworldly being that Clive encountered in the inner sanctum of Drake's head. He addressed Clive as Mythos before attempting to merge their consciousness. However, Clive was able to summon the will to resist the creature before Joshua returned from the dead to imprison it in a cage of flame that he sealed away in his own heart.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole it. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Perhaps I should just have Blackthorn make me a new one.
And what can I do for you?
Has it really been 5 years since we left the old place? How time flies.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
We were all waiting to treat Sid to a hero's welcome when Kupka's lot showed up. Not that we knew it was them, they just poured in like a plague of rats, cutting down anyone and anything that stood in their way. Blood and bodies everywhere there was, and a voice crying out for Sid to save us in the midst of it all. I'll never forget those cries, try as I might.
You're our leader now, Clive.
Promise you won't let anything like that happen again. Promise me that come what may, Sid will save us.
Well, you won't hear me complaining.
It's even roomier than the old one was. Got my own stores, my own little counter. Thanks to you lot fighting the good fight, plenty of demand for me wares.
Only drawback.
The only drawback's the constant bloody racket. If it's not Doris and Otto barking their orders, it's Blackthorn and Bardolph banging away day and night. Still, if a pain in the ear hole's the price I have to pay to be Sid the Outlaw's partner in crime, I'd say I got myself a bargain. Hey Lace, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you today. Oh good, I don't have to buy new weapons.
Finished, are you?
Oh, good to see you too.
Clive, you're back. You didn't happen to run out of potions while you're away, did you? We've a fine selection of tonics and tinctures. Oh, perhaps you'd be interested in some new accoutrement. Gear.
You keep trying, Goots. It seems like pretty much
Have we any more knuckle pies?
most of the characters that I normally talk to survived. I mean, a lot more people survived than I thought. I think Kenneth might be dead though. Oh, to marinate yard chocobo. Prepare hen by draining blood and removing both head and feet. Offal, particularly the heart and liver, should be set aside for later use. Stir into a deep bowl, watered wine, preferably of the red variety, honey, salt, pepper, nutmeg, and any other seasonal savory herbs if you so desire. Add to the bowl the dressed bird and let lay in dark room for a single turn of the sun. Break the breastbone and ready your force meat thusly. Chop together the heart and liver of the chocobo and mix it with the crumb of a stale barm and pepio or kupo nuts, soaked in boiled cream. Beaten mace and as much time as will lie on a gill penny and fill the bird, but not overly so. Lard the breast with boar bacon and spit the bird, tying it at both ends that the force meat not spill onto the coals. Roast until skin is golden brown, taking care to baste regularly with drippings. Kenneth. Aw, Kenneth left us behind. I'm glad we're picking up on all these like recipes that they keep leaving in all the taverns.
You
it like you could do with a drink.
Oh, order a drink? 500 gil. Order a round for the hall. 10,000 gil. I don't have that kind of money.
How am I getting on? About as well as you'd expect of a barmaid pouring sour ale for penniless outlaws in the middle of the Deadlands. And it'd be worse than that if Molly here didn't make the best stew this side of Stone here, even if it is mostly just yesterday's leavings. Don't tell her you heard that from me, though. Oh, keep your mug handy.
Oh, there's the redstone.
Clive. Things here ain't too bad.
Things here ain't too bad, I suppose. I've got a decent hammer, a decent anvil, an apprentice that knows his hammer from his cock. Oh, and the furnace is alright and all, thanks to old Sid's bellows. The gods only know how I keep the coals hot enough out here on the mere without them. Not the bloody crystals, that's for sure. No, I reckon you won't find a forge like this one anywhere else in the Twins, and I count myself lucky to work it. Thanks for keeping me on. You need anything? You give us a shout. Hey Dev, welcome to the stream.
You've forgotten already? Because I haven't.
It was a right pain in the arse getting the place into shape, especially with the mess we were in. Not that it was anything new for those of us who put the old hideaway together. Still, that doesn't mean I intend on doing it again.
What do you want?
Ooh, Levin Bolt. Sure.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Can I upgrade it? No, I can't.
Anything else?
Oh, he must be his apprentice.
Have you been to the toll?
Oh, hey Jill.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
Oh, is this like my achievements and stuff? Created the day Clive pledged his allegiance to Cid. This crystal shard transfixed with twin daggers is a powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. That's the only thing I have right now. That's kind of neat. Ooh, there's a chest on my balcony? Thank you. The reading table. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chambers. New messages are always arriving, make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the hideaway. Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return, Gav. It's even got like a little signature.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss.
And now? Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does.
Oh, right, my sword changed to the one I equipped. I was like, how come his sword is purple now? It's because I equipped the 11 sword.
To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
I feel like Jill probably does a lot around the hideaway. And of course she's like Clive's emotional support, but very few people like recognize it, or we never get to see her doing things. So it's easy to think that she's just useless. I feel like they didn't really know what to do with her.
And so the North is lost.
Which is not really her fault, but...
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
I like your new outfit, Joshua. Also, I mistakenly thought that Joshua's companion's name was Dion, because I think the first time we met them in a cutscene, they mentioned the name Dion, but Dion's the name of the prince of the Sandbreck.
Apologies, I didn't mean to intrude.
The Bahamut
Not at
dude.
all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well. What would make Martha leave the rest?
If something has happened to Martha, we need to speak with Otto. Here for another of my lectures?
Oh.
One would think.
One would think my rule was abundantly clear by now. I offer you and yours the guiding light of knowledge, that of matters military and political, both past and present, that might illuminate your way ahead. For it is only by understanding what has come before that one might steer one's way toward a brighter future. Your role, meanwhile, is to ensure that I remain furnished with as much information on the state of the realm as your people can muster, in order I might continue to appraise the dispositions of the great nations and those who rule them. And of course, to pay attention during my lectures. It would not do to appoint the storied Nine Tails as your tutor, only to disregard her expert advice.
I admit.
When I took up my professor's bonnet and began teaching at the University of Canver, I did not think for a moment I would one day count Sid the Outlaw among my pupils. Nor did I imagine that my fellow educators would have designs on my life. We both know how that ended. Has it been a year already? Such is the peril of an overly inquisitive mind, I suppose. One is wont to uncover that which others would go to great lengths to ensure remain hidden. Were it not for you and our mutual friend having come to the rescue, my curiosity would have likely proved fatal. But instead, I was not only saved, but granted a new lease of life. A personal tutor to a band of outlaws, no less.
A far more reputable fellowship
Than anything in the academic world, I assure you.
My beloved homeland.
Crossroads of Valicia, where one has only to stroll the streets to hear news from every far-flung corner of the realm. Its mother crystal yields more shards than any other, and its lands even now remain untouched by the blight. It's a blessed country indeed.
Or at least, it was.
Until Sanbreque elected to invade, and establish a new holy capital upon twin sides heretofore neutral shores. It pains me to see the land I love so changed, and even more to know that I did not predict it. I knew that Emperor Sylvester had designs on the Dominion, but to abandon Oriflamme, the seat of the Holy Empire since its inception, seemed too audacious a move even for him.
Allow me to educate you.
By speaking of Vivian in the Hideaway's map room, Clive can view the state of the realm, and learn more about the current going-ons in Valicia, revisit any of the Nine Tails' past lessons, or take a deeper look at the relationships of those individuals in Clive's orbit. Oh, there's like
Here's the latest information I have.
The Grand Cast. Here you can view a detailed visualization of character relationships in Final Fantasy XVI that updates as you progress through the main scenario. Use L1 and R1 to cycle through pivotal milestones in Clive's adventure. Oh, so this is like when he was a kid. Oh, Ambrosia. I'm guessing these just open up our profiles, yeah. This one just says puppy underneath it. I like how there's like a timeline too. That's kind of interesting. So it's not just like one chart that continuously updates. It's like it does update, but it's also like you can go back in time.
One must understand one's place in the world.
Here you can view a detailed overview of current and past events relevant to Clive's story that updates as you progress through the main scenario. Use L1R1 to cycle through pivotal milestones in Clive's adventure. Oh, okay, so Rosario's on this side of the map. Kinda neat. Quite in depth.
Thus ends today's lesson.
If you need volunteers, just say the word.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
Uh-oh, I hope she's okay.
Was planned.
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, The Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Is this hunt board still not available yet? Fine.
Martha is a survivor. We'll find her.
Do I have to get back on the boat, or can I just go from here? Oh, there's a side quest here. Fine, I'll do the side quest. Where is it? Why can't I see it? Actually, I should just check the map. That would probably be smarter. Well, there's like a whole section of the map I haven't visited. Oh, the side quest is at the entrance. The cock and ball. Uh-huh. There it is. So Kieran told me that if you do all the side quests in this game, you get something. And I've been doing them all so far, so I guess I might as well just keep doing them. And the game doesn't give you too many at a time, and they're not that long to do, so fine. I'll do them.
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tet does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so.
Tet is very known for eating the lemon tarts.
Which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone...
That's the only skiff we had? That seems like a bad idea.
To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Okay, let's go. I hear froggies.
forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth.
This one. This one.
Nice.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
I might as well pick this up while I'm here. You like the lightning magic? I do like it. It's just I don't like the circle button for Ramo's attack. Why did it spawn me at the top of the elevator? I mean, it's more convenient to get to everywhere else, but that means I have to take it down. I really like the Phoenix shift. Of course, the Garuda's Embrace is pretty important for stagger. I don't really like the circle attack for Rama, and I can't change it.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Ooh, Badge of Might. Yeah. Pull the lever, Clive. Every time we have to take that lift.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But,
No, Martha.
Before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling.
No.
I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
Martha!
You do the same.
We already lost Hannah, now Martha's in trouble.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
I bet it was Mother Dear. Oh, I was hoping... I thought there might have been a quick travel point. Okay. Hold the lever, Clive. We'll fight stuff as we go, just so... Actually, no, these things are still level 19. Probably not worth fighting them, eh?
Look. Up ahead.
Oh, is that you, Martha?
Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Oh no.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far. Oh, to the Empire.
Over here! Now, Torgal!
Just warm up a little bit on these spiders. Oh no.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them.
Hey, you watch your mouth. Don't call Martha that.
The enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
You know what else is
crimes shall they be punished.
a serious offense? Being
Such
jerks.
is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
I'll just AoE all of you. How kind of this guy to wait behind me patiently. Look at Torgal, like, mid-air, time slowed down doing a somersault.
Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Oh, that's so sad.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Cid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
Aw.
I shall.
Cid, where are you? Cid!
Clive was trying to be
We found a survivor.
Clive was trying to be coy and not tell that guy that he was Cid, and then this guy comes running in.
Clive. He's gone.
Aw. Sad.
We've laid the abbot to rest.
Hey Suzu, welcome to the stream.
They didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Thanks, Suzu. Yeah, stream's going well. This game's fun. We're at a couple intense story points. Okay, we have to go there. Oh, I have to keep going. This way. Is that an Araman? What are you doing here? It's a hunt? 5,000 gil. Notorious marks. Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials we use to craft new gear or upgrade existing items.
You think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Oh, don't cast Doom on me. No! What do I do about Doom? Oh.
Over here! This one. Sicker. Nice try.
It's funny seeing, like, Final Fantasy XIV enemies with the same model, but using all these cool new animations. Oh, I was trying to dodge into the water, but there's a pond there. Ow. Should move away from the pond. It's getting in my way. I probably should fight him using Rama, huh? Oh.
This one. This one. Sick 'em. Get 'em. Over here. Go for it. Attack. Sick 'em. This one.
Stop teleporting.
Go for it. This one. Go to him. Go to him. Too slow. Over here. Sick 'em. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
There we go. Gotcha.
This one. Get him.
I wish he could like self-doom himself. Like if I trap him in his own doom, and then he gets doomed. Ah, I keep running into the edge of the arena.
Sick 'em. Get him. Go to him. Over here.
Die already!
This one. Attack. It's over.
A lot of money from that, at least, but kind of wish I got more XP.
You didn't see that coming.
Goodbye. Good to see ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya.
That must be the bridge.
Hey Mofu, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Good to see you. Oh yeah, the battle system is really stylish, and I do enjoy it. Sounds like you guys are enjoying watching it too. That's good.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Jill wasn't even with me during that Armin fight. See, like, she keeps, like, leaving or staying behind, and I don't even realize that she's gone until a cutscene happens that shows her, like, rejoining me, and I'm like, oh, right. I just assumed you were with me the whole time, but you don't usually have much of an impact, so, Because especially since the enemies always target me, like, they don't ever, like, target my party members, because they don't have health bars.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
But it'd be nice if it'd be nice once in a while if, I don't know, they could be a decoy for me for a little bit, you know?
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
I know Sid started calling them, like, started referring to the curse breakers once we agreed that we'd help him break the mother crystals, but, like, why curse breakers? Like, I understand the meaning of it, and I understand why it fits, but why'd he choose that name?
Poor souls died to give me a chance to save others. I won't let their sacrifice be in vain.
Oh, side quest. Ooh, it's a plus sign side quest. That means it's actually worth doing. Is this a Chocobo side quest? Please tell me it's a Chocobo side quest. Oh, it might be.
Oi! You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
Wild chocobos that defend people from bandits? That's awesome.
They saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
All right.
Does that mean I get Whiteheart?
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these
Another
chocobos?
white chocobo to replace Ambrosia?
Across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her.
I wonder
enough.
if those good chocobos.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
I wonder if those chocobos were also the ones that we saw the first time we passed through this area that were attacking that guy's carriage because it was full of Gieselgreens. I mean, it would have been 5 years ago, but still.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds.
What if it's like Ambrosia's descendant?
Looks like they went that way. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight. They're in trouble.
Oh, this is the dead end I went to before.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
You dude's really picking a fight with a bird.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, they brought a big guy. Hey Hikaru, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm doing well today, thank you. I hope you're having a great day too. Come here, you. You having a good day? That's awesome. Good to hear. It's been a relaxing day. that whimper he made. Ooh.
You're safe now.
Look at the little wiggle.
Right heart, I presume.
Little wiggle.
Do you know her, boy?
She just communicates by wiggling.
It couldn't be.
Oh, you are Ambrosia.
Ambrosia.
Oh, little wiggle.
You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! He isn't over! I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
But there's only 3 of them.
Hopefully they did.
That's how much you needed for a flock.
And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well...
Well, actually, I'm kind of your prince, but, you know.
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
A little wiggle.
Master back, I reckon.
A little wiggle. Aw, but then...
And it seems our pals agree.
Aw, but they have to leave behind your friends.
You want to come with me?
Even though they apparently are okay with that, but...
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. Lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
That's kind of sweet. A nice little positive ending side quest amidst all this sadness. Saddle! Thank you, man! You're the best. Oh, you even get a cool eye patch?
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now.
Wait, the other chocobos now have saddles too.
You seem awful familiar.
I mean, I guess it's for, like,
now I get a proper
Jill
look
and
at
them.
you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No.
Oh,
No, that can't be right.
you were that dude?
That fellow was a bearer.
You were so rude to me.
My double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind.
Yeah, Torgal riding on a chocobo.
Best be on my way.
This guy was so rude to me 5 years ago.
Both of you.
This guy was so rude to me 5 years ago. I mean, I don't have my bearer mark, but
Take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
I think it's pretty obvious the scar's there. It's pretty obvious that he has a scar for one. Because I was about to say, like, earlier this stream, it's like when they cut off the bearer mark, I thought it was more like symbolic because people can obviously see that it was there, but I guess it's enough to fool people, I guess. Hey Key, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Chocobo unlock. After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia and X to mount the Chocobo. Where did all your friends go, though? So she just comes from anywhere? Where do I keep her in the meantime? Like, what's the lore behind this? When you ride alone. Jill and Torgal just disappear. Oh no, Torgal's still here. Jill disappeared. Oh no, there you are. Hey Jill. Torgal, can you keep up? Oh, the Chocobo actually controls like a mount. Like you can't just swivel and turn in one spot. Oh, there's actually a button. I'm like, how? This doesn't seem very fast. Okay, Gallop R2.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Woo. Rein in. L2. Yeah, that's why we got the flock of 2. Okay, well, actually, I have to get back to the hideaway, so...
Be safe.
She just teleports away! Look, look how quickly she disappeared!
Where's Gav?
Gav should be back by now.
Magical chocobos for my convenience.
But none of the curse breakers have returned.
It'd be cool if you could, like, see Ambrosia somewhere here in the base. Like, hang out at the stables.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming.
They'll never see it coming.
It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
Very astute observation, Gav.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Oh right, there's that guy with the quests. Oh, and the hunt board, of course. Oh great, it's probably going to be side quest land now. New facilities. The following hideaway facilities are now available. Alliant Reports, the Patron's Whisper, the Hunt Board. All three are located near Otto in the Mess.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
That broom's as ragged as...
So Mather's alright.
Hi, there you are, Kupo. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
Matter is this, Kupo.
The Hunt Board. It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I knew that already. And that's why I need your help. As I need not remind you, Kupo, I'm the mightiest of all the Mughals. No fiend of the Force or ghoul of the Greensword can measure up to Nectar the Bold, Kupo. So I need you to slay them all, Kupo.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help...
Guess I just have to do everything myself.
Or at least I can try.
Well, thank you, Kupo. It's good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here then and keep an eye on all the billets that get posted to the board. So if there's anything you need to know, Kupo, I'm your Moogle. Did you see that all the billets are marked with the location, Kupo? That's where the horrible horror in question was seen. But you can't be expected to memorize every last place name in the whole wide realm. You're only human, Kupo. That's like the game admitting that the location names are hard to follow. So if this place name doesn't tingle your pom-pom, Kupo, try reading the witness's statement. Sometimes there are other details in there that might help you keep track of the nasties down and finish them off. Ask about Nectar's adventures. Did I ever tell you about the time I visited a great continent, Kupo?
I don't think so.
Of course I didn't, because I had never been, Kupo. Look at these wings. Do they look like the sort that might carry a Moogle across countless leagues of open sea? They call me Nectar the Bold, not Nectar the Stupid, Kupo. I think it's cool, but also I don't like, at the same time, how his pom-pom has, like, veins. I mean, if it's an organ, right, naturally it would have veins, but it's kind of creepy. Reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted to the hunt board in hopes fearless heroes such as Clive will take it upon themselves to hunt down and slay the notorious marks. So I got that guy. Oh, this one. Angel of Death. Clairview. Belphegor. The Broken Hilt. Okay, I'm not going to specifically look for these things. If I come across them, I'll fight them.
Clive. Oh, same old.
Well, it's got me reading through the reports coming in from our allies and picking out what problems need dealing with now, and what could be saved for later. It was still early days back in the old place, so I just about handled the job myself. To save the world now, though, I need Dee's help to sift through it all. And that's just the sifting. Actually solving any of these problems is a whole other headache. The Cursebreakers take the urgent stuff, but we're still stuck waiting for volunteers to handle the rest. If you ever find yourself at a loose end, well, you know where to find me. So much has happened since that night. It feels like a lifetime ago. We'll never forget those who didn't make it. Kenneth, Martel, they're still with us in our hearts.
Sid.
And Sid. When I found out he was gone, I thought that was it for us.
He's still with us too.
With us in you. You took his name and gave us hope when we had none. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is don't be a stranger, eh? A hideaway ain't nothing without its Sid.
Anything catch your eye?
Okay, good. No extra quests right now. Good.
Oh, Clive. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any? Business is busy.
On top of my regular duties here at the Whisper, Otto has piled countless other tasks, from transcribing and sorting Stolas reports to penning needful missives. Not that I'm complaining, mind. I enjoy writing. I have ever since I learned my letters from Jera back in the old hideaway. I won't claim to have been his best student, though. The honor goes to Shirley.
Still.
I'd like to think Jera would be proud of me too, were he with us today.
Words are immortal.
They live on in others, and if words are your own, so too will you. Do you know who told me that? It was Jera in our last lesson before Titan came. It stayed with me ever since his passing and inspired me to become what I am today. I imagine we survivors all have a story like that, of someone who remains with us even though they're gone.
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron's Whisper in the Hideaway's Mess to view current renown level and accept any donations available.
Here you are.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Heartstruck Dowager. This one's from the Blood Axes.
You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
There's a quest over yonder.
That room's as ragged as goat's lot. I hear there's trouble.
I think it's alright to touch him.
Yeah, we should also check our letters. Bird by any other name. Jill? Jill, you could just talk to me. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person. But for every day we spend together, it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. Jill, you literally travel with me across entire fields. You could talk to me then, but you choose to say nothing. I'm glad to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia. Or should I say Whiteheart? You were literally there, Jill. You told me once how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate. And here, so many years later, we find she spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending the others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Jill. I mean, it's nice to get the letters and have them, like, archived and kept there, but it's just kind of silly trying to explain it. Okay, I haven't actually been around to this side of the place. Hey, Jackin, you seem happy.
Chocobo, chocobo, why can't you fly? What good are your wings if you can't reach the sky? Flap harder, says bluebird, flap harder, says crow. Flap harder or into the oven you go!
I was gonna say, what a cute song, and then that ending. Are you singing to the chicken, though? That's not a chocobo. Wait, is that a chocobo? Is that a baby chocobo? I think it's just a chicken. I think that's just a chicken. Ooh, we have like an entire little like garden cavern here. Experimental record. Bohumil, head botanist. Mixed equal parts first-rate vineyard humus from Galten's bales with deadland soil. Of the 6 cuttings planted therein, no 2 survive to flower, only to wither and die within a sennight. It's so hard to read when they're using all these old words. Even amalgamated with the finest imperial loam, the blighted earth is still affecting a nutritional deficiency. It might be remedied with some further source of nourishment. Saltpeter or potash, or the dung of a racing chocobo. This shall be the subject of my next round of experiments. Did Bohumil survive? Moorable tendrils. After excising from the trunk, dry for 3 to 5 turns of the sun until brittled to the touch. Grind in mortar and add to warm quirl milk to remedy gout, melancholy, and moon sickness. Caution recommended when harvesting, as the host may grow disquieted. They said Martel didn't survive. She was the helper. Is this Bohumil?
Won't be long now, Martel. You'll try your apples soon enough.
Oh, he referenced Martel. Wait, was Cormac the guy who gave me that quest? I don't remember.
See, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Thanks for the stretch, Hikaru.
Yeah, it's just...
Good call.
Well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know there's something of the old hideaway.
They transplanted their old trees.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory.
Oh, that's sweet.
You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Did you come through the forge today?
Hey Luciana, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the stretch reminder as well. You guys at home make sure to take the time to stretch and not slouch in your seats as well. We're doing well.
Perhaps they're old enough for the sins of some.
What's up here? Oh, this is nice. Ooh, a chest for me.
In it though. All the ladies in
A Wayne. Let's go deliver some apples. Where does this go? Oh, hey Tarja.
Once the Dalmegs have laid siege to the Dominion, very little will be leaving Twinside, including the many medicines distilled there.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Did I give those other two soldiers only one apple so they have to split it between the two of them? Oh, each one gets a basket, okay.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since.
Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, make Martell livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martells, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid.
You're
You
welcome.
can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
Yeah, I mean, like,
That's the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Them old apples were enough to
I mean, like, obviously Martell deserves credit, but that Cormac guy also deserves credit for, you know, carrying on her legacy.
You don't mind. I changed the linens in your chambers while you were away.
Oh, well, thank you. You did my laundry for me and changed my bed sheets. That's so nice. What's this? No chest in here? This hideaway's way nicer than the old one. And we got a lot of people too. Especially considering
Did you
that
say Sid built this place?
presumably most of them like died. Where's the ramp that goes down? Oh, it's over here.
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martell.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martell. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martell lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Oh, that was a sweet ending to that quest. Yeah, nice to have a little bit of, you know, hope and inspiration amidst all this. I also got an apple for myself. Guessing Bohumil didn't survive. He's like the researcher dude that Martell was working for. No one seems to remember him. Okay, I'm gonna manually walk out of this place because I just want to see if there's anything else in the hideaway. I want to see if there's like a stable outside there. Oh, what's this? Off limits, that means you. What is this? Jill's room, maybe?
I think it's alright to touch him.
What are you guys touching? Oh, Torgal. Okay, I can't pet Torgal now. Okay, fine. Who are you?
On autumn's breath, ill tidings born, an erstwhile home in twain are torn. Now in his path fell shades abide, pray let them not impede his stride.
Do I come back and talk to you to unlock the extreme and savage version of all the boss fights? That's a reference to Final Fantasy XIV, by the way, for those of you that don't play. Also, we're like in the middle of like a really big lake. Like it's so big, it looks like it should be like an ocean. The reason why I say that is because when you look at the world map, it doesn't look that way.
Almost done.
Apparently I can't jump over this tiny little gap. Okay. I was trying to see if there was like a chocobo stable out here that Ambrosia hangs out in. See, like, is this whole darkened area a lake? I guess it must be. It just doesn't look like much of a lake compared to, like, it doesn't look shiny compared to like the water out here.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
And how are we planning to break the crystal if Clive can't transform on command? Is he just expecting Jill to do it?
Return one day.
Or he just thinks that he'll be able to figure it out when he gets there?
For what?
We're probably gonna tussle with Ultima again too. Wait, no, because Joshua had like sucked him up.
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Finally, we're gonna do like a Jill character arc now.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
I wonder if we'll have a fight where we control Shiva.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
I feel bad beating up wild chocobos, but they're here and they give XP and... Don't look, Ambrosia.
All yours, Torgal.
this one. Now, Torgal! Stay down! Go, Torgal! Torgal, kill! Get him! Over here! Get him!
Really going off the beaten path over here, aren't I? Okay, how big is this field? Okay, I went from here to here. Okay. Okay, the field keeps going over here, so I should not try to explore everything now.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
But what do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
How'd you get it?
But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire?
Are they looking for Joshua, maybe?
A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Watch it be like, they tease this maybe being like Jill's character arc and her being relevant, and ends up being Joshua's character arc instead. So I don't even need to go this way.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Oh, hello. The villagers live with these things so close by.
What do you think is waiting? The mother crystals collapse.
I have an idea.
Like lightsaber statue machines are just outside the village. Go this way. There's a bigger field here. I feel like there's probably more fights. Oh, there's
more of my mother's men.
Can't attack that thing. I was trying to attack this thing, but it's... Oh no, that's not an enemy. Okay. Thought it was one of those like nodes.
This one.
Good thing Clive's smart enough not to run off the edge of the cliff when I use that attack. So this thing functions as a chest? I guess? Cool. Let's try this.
Come on.
Oh yeah, there is a chocobo theme in this game. Wait, no, it's just a jingle? That's kind of lame. Alright. Oh.
Be safe. Get him! All yours, Torgal! This one! Sick him! This one!
Probably spend some of my skill points. I think I'm just gonna keep upgrading the attacks I'm actually using. Reset this one. Oh, it only has one. That one. Wait, no. I didn't mean to upgrade this one. Actually, wait. What is the benefit of upgrading Phoenix Shift? I like using Phoenix Shift. Does it just increase my distance? Yeah, you know what? Actually, I use that a lot. Hey, Kiro! Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following me. Welcome, welcome. You're doing well. I like Ignition. Upgrade that one. What's this one again? Limit Break. Oh. I also use Deadly Embrace quite a bit. This one again? Lightning Rod. You know what? I'm gonna save my points for a little bit. I keep forgetting about Burning Blade. Ever since I got Garuda, I've completely forgotten about using it. Actually, I should upgrade Precision Dodge, right? It'll probably give me like more room to dodge stuff. Oh, hi. Why is there blood here?
Blood, Clive.
That's a lot of blood too.
Wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel.
We should at least tell them we're not from the village,
We owe you our thanks.
so that they don't go
You have
punish
saved
them.
us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Over here! Attack! Get him! Vocal! Attack! This one!
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Well, this just brings me back to here. Okay. We'll go this way.
Find something, boy. Death.
Oh, found her.
Oh no.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Trying to go here. Kind of cool that they have all the crows and you walk near them and then they fly away. I mean, I know a lot of games do that nowadays, but...
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
It's terrible. I mean, I was about to say also, like, if we came here from this direction, there's no way we would not have passed through Old Hill.
I did, Mummy! I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hush, no. You didn't hear nothing.
In honor of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to home.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed! Begone!
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
Let's chocobo.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
I was about to say, maybe I should call my chocobo, but it won't let me here. Wait.
Ready, go?
If I walk this way, do I just dismount it automatically? No, it still lets me go into this area. Oh, never mind. Game was like, nope, no chocobo here. You're not allowed. Torgal, I didn't mean for you to go attacking the crab, but okay, we'll fight the crab. The way he shouts Rama, Ramo! I like how enemies also seem to stick to that attack when I charge. Like I hit the one guy and then I grazed past the other one and he just kind of got stuck to me. Well, there's nothing even down here, okay. Came down here for nothing except to murder a bunch of crabs. I can make some sushi with them, you're right. That's clearly the reason why I went over there. Clearly.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance.
Damn, Clive, your mom is a real piece of something.
Let's see what that gets us.
I can't even go in here yet. Yep, that was a giant spider. We love our giant spiders here. Actually, we don't. I was supposed to say, are these not crabs? Are they gonna come out? Oh, I love that ignition attack.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving!
Have mercy.
Voice-ripped dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever! Let us in or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here.
Oh, get enough
Fuck off.
Hang you chinless bastards. Those crystals belong to us all.
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties. We'll cut you down where you stand.
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Maybe we should use that gate that we just walked past that I tried to open Clive. Those people are also pretty brave, badgering those soldiers when other soldiers just kind of kill
Be
people.
able to reason with the guards, or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. But Lazarus... We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Hey Kiefer, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for dropping by. I'm doing really well today.
I haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Hope you're having a great day too. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey Clive, I told you we should have just gone through this gate the first time we passed through here. Oh wait, no, the gate's over there. Oh, there's another gate here. Oh. I love when you run up to a place and you want to press the open button, but you press it too early, so you just kind of jump at it. Seems like none of those townsfolk were strong enough to push open the gate.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
There we go, a chest. That's why I came over here.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Okay, fine.
Or not.
I'll just AoE all of you. I like how it shows that Clive, like, at least kind of tried to get away to avoid a scuffle. He was like, oh, well, fine. I was doing it more for you guys than I was doing it for me.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you
Wait,
died.
is that you, Wade? Sorry, I just murdered a bunch of your friends.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from
I'm
us.
so sorry I killed a bunch of your friends. You really should have asked first, though.
Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
You really should have asked. Now I feel really bad. We're just gonna ignore that part, though. They were inconsequential.
We can speak inside.
I'm just gonna assume that maybe they just knocked unconscious, or maybe they weren't actually your friends, I don't know. Clearly you don't care about them, so... Everyone, we're finding...
Bend the knee.
We're finding everyone alive again today.
We left before the Empire could make examples of us. Though we didn't...
Wade and Ambrosia?
And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial.
You guys are the guys the shields are after.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know.
You can
about
say
her.
it, Wade. You can call my mother what she is. It's fine.
Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown.
She had another kid?
As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Wait, Dion's not her son, right? He seems too old.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
We'll show them the
Allow me to tend to your needs, my lord.
Let's buy some potion.
Of course.
They're
my
cheap.
Lord. As you wish, my lord.
Wait, do you get to be a temporary party member again?
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Party members. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Oh. So maybe you're like a permanent, quote-unquote, permanent party member, but you only join me depending on which destination I go to and where we are in the story. So it's like, you're basically a temporary party member, but you're, for all intensive purposes, you're a full party member. Not that party members really do much, but you know.
We'll keep them from the bridge.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Yeah, Wade gets to party. Too bad Tyler didn't seem to have the same luck.
The bastards are lucky I did.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
It's a good thing all those random NPCs aren't around here anymore, and they moved down the road out of the way so they won't get hit by all the fighting. Hey Johan, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Good to see you.
Now? I told you. We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog,
Don't you dare insult my dog.
guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Yeah, group up everyone. Right here. In my AoE.
On these our swords we swear.
This one. Too slow. More dragons.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Oh, these are just tiny worms.
This one.
It's a good thing most boss battles in this game don't have ads. Because trying to dodge stuff all the time but have multiple enemies on you off screen is just a pain in the butt.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Yeah, cleansing from you, asshole. Again, enemy soldiers in this game are so tall. It's like 2 heads taller than Clive. Do you know what that reminds me of? It's like in Tales of Arise, how all the enemy soldiers, the armor makes them really tall somehow. Even characters that we know that aren't tall, and then when they put on the armor, they just get really, really tall.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him? This one.
Okay, Wade, Jill, can you take care of the ads? That'd be really nice. Hey Ash, welcome back to the stream. Nice, level up, free heal. I should actually look at some of these other items and like accessories I'm getting. Oh, these are just materials.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again.
Well, it's not like she can just raise soldiers from childhood in an
I
instant.
often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot,
Her people
There's a
starved.
finite number of fighters.
We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience. Especially since you're famous.
Well, wait, I have an idea. Just give me a brooch.
Think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I'm already wearing like 3 brooches.
I
So
might have something which could help with the latter.
Oh, are you actually? Are you actually? Thank
The
you.
mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Hey, I'm wearing 4 brooches now.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Are you leaving us already, Wade? Oh, we got in really quickly. I thought I'd have to actually walk through here.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Alright, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit.
Hi, Uncle.
Clive Rosfield died long ago,
Show him your phoenix power.
and for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
Maybe Wade should have gone with us, you know?
You would mock me as well.
Just show your phoenix powers, Clive. It's the fastest way. Come on.
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot.
loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell,
Aww.
that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
Again, that was cute and all, but just show him the phoenix.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
Aw, I really hope his uncle doesn't die.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Kind of feels like when they saw Hannah again for the first time. We all know how that ended.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
I mean, maybe she was always a monster, you know?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience.
Don't tell me that they, like, swapped her out for a monster at one point in the story. Like in Final Fantasy IV.
You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
What if she's Leviathan?
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother.
I feel like her being a monster would just be a cop-out, though, to explain her inhumaneness.
All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have.
So I hope it's not true.
I have a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
Aw, hearing the Final Fantasy theme.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid.
I mean, it's complicated. There was another Sid, but...
Good boy.
You know...
Now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have come up with the Sid the Outlaw nickname, you know? It's kind of misleading. I could have been Sid the do-gooder. That would have not scared anyone away.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.